Welcome to the Purple Elephant Show. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and this is the fourth episode today because I said I'm doing 5 episodes today. And let me tell you, woo! It has been a doozy. That episode, if you get a chance, check out my episode 36. Dear Media, You Are the Reason. Polls about Trump will never be accurate. It's an hour long, but it was very cathartic in a way. And is one reason why I still have energy, but I'm just like, so yeah. This particular one, like the previous one when I spoke about Jeff Sessions, this will be a short episode because I usually try to do my episodes maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't like to do long episodes. If you've been following the show, you know that I have a short attention span. So I don't like long stuff. It just isn't for me. I like to cover bits and pieces, give my opinion on it, and then move on to the next thing. With this Roger Stone situation, Roger Stone's sentence should have been commuted. And in my opinion, it should have been commuted sooner. As soon as the Tamika Hart situation came to light, where it was obvious that she was biased against Roger Stone or against the Trump administration. And mind you, she was the jury forewoman. And she pretty much made it seem like she wasn't affiliated with politics or was, I don't know anything. Who's this Trump you speak of? Is he the president? Really? Of what country? After the Tamika Hart situation came out, I think that Roger Stone should have received a new trial. Period. But the judge, which I believe her name is Amy Berman Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. I believe that's her name. If not, then look it up and correct later. But the judge who was presiding over the trial should have said, wait a second. After the judge was able to read those tweets, once that information was presented to the judge should have just said, okay, no, he gets a new trial. But the judge didn't do that. He's also high risk for the China Wuhan virus. That was another thing that should have been taken into consideration. The judge said no on that too, that he still had to go and serve. There are other things in regards to this Guccifer 2.0 or whoever, and when information was going to come out. The whole Russia hoax, and I've mentioned it, I think, almost on every single well, I didn't mention it on the Jeff. Yeah, I did, briefly. But the whole Russia hoax is falling apart. It basically fell apart years ago. It fell apart. For those who know about Veselnitskaya and Glenn Simpson and Fusion GPS and how all of that connects and CrowdStrike and the DNC server and everything else, it fell apart when all of that information came out. The situation with Roger Stone, I will not sit here and say that Roger Stone is a saint. He is anything but. I will say that Roger Stone is the type of person, he'll go right up to the edge. And when he's right up to the edge, he might stick his foot over for 2 seconds and then bring it right back. But he doesn't jump off the edge. he didn't deserve what happened to him with the raid that CNN was conveniently at. A lot of the people whose lives have been destroyed, like General Flynn, which honestly, I hope President Trump is holding Flynn's pardon like an ace up his sleeve and ready to just throw it out there. Because General Flynn needs to be pardoned. What happened to him is crazy. And that this judge, that the Sullivan or whoever, still hasn't let this go when the appeals court said, let it go. The judge still hasn't let the case go with General Flynn. It's beyond ridiculous. All of this is beyond ridiculous. I don't know how this can keep on going on. Quiet as it's kept, I think President Trump should consider a pardon right around September. I probably do it around September and do that. Or wait until October, because you know the October surprise is coming. We don't know what the October surprise is, but we know that it's coming. And I can tell you that it's going to be very interesting to see how that shakes out. I'm adjusting my camera because my god sister was calling me during this. But with Roger Stone, yeah, the sentence needed to be commuted. I wish President Trump would have commuted everybody's sentences, including Papadopoulos as well. Michael Cohen, not so much. But the people who got caught up in what are known as process crimes instead of actual conspiracy, because again, legally, collusion is not a crime, conspiracy is. The people who got caught up in these process crimes and weren't part of any type of conspiracy, I believe all their sentences should have been commuted. Like right away. Because, and if anybody would have said anything, President Trump could say, well, as soon as the other people go to jail, all right, for these process crimes, then they can go to jail. But until other people are held accountable, until this justice system is two-tiered, or while this justice system is two-tiered, no, these sentences are going to be commuted. Because the evidence is right in front of everyone's face that certain parties, whether it is Comey, whether it's Strzok, whether it's Page, whether it's Rice, whether it's Powers, whether it is even Biden, whether also, which with President Obama, for those who are thinking that President Obama will be indicted, President Obama will never be indicted. You don't indict sitting presidents. And I mentioned this in one of my episodes. If I were on the jury, let's say that he was indicted and I had to cast my vote, I'd vote not guilty, even though I knew he was guilty, only because I know that a guilty verdict would tear this country apart, and you don't indict sitting presidents. You just don't. And it sucks. But life isn't always fair. The good people don't always win. And the bad guys don't always lose. But as for Roger Stone, commuting his sentence was the right thing to do. And I'm glad that the president did it, because he didn't deserve it. None of these people deserved what has happened to them with the system that has been two-tiered, unfair, and so far not holding the people accountable that did do an actual conspiracy, not collusion, a conspiracy. That is a crime. What has happened over these 4 to 5 years has been a conspiracy, and people still have not been held accountable. And that's not right. And it's not right that those people have not been held accountable, but then other people for process crimes or whatever are sent to jail for 2 weeks or 2 years or 3 years or this or that, when they're talking about that he lied, Roger Stone lied. So to Congress, so to James Clapper. Where's the indictment? Where's his sentence? Make it make sense. James Comey, pretty sure he lied under oath too. Where's the indictment? Where's the sentence? Make it make sense. So commuting it, in my opinion, was the right thing to do. And that's all I got. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to follow The Purple Elephant Show on Parler so we can parlay. And The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram, at Real TPES on Twitter, thepurpleelephantshow.com for the main podcasting website. And on the main podcasting website, you will see podcast only episodes there, along with the other episodes, podcast only, PCO. They're exclusive to the site. If you subscribe on YouTube, click the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell. On Daily Motion, just click the subscribe button, and you have it there. Also, I'm considering uploading to another video platform. I'm not going to say which platform because I want to do some research on it first, but I'm considering doing that. So I'm randomly throwing that out there. But for those who have been watching, those who have been listening, even though you don't always subscribe, I pay attention, I glance at the metrics, and I see that people do watch and listen from time to time. I thank you for that. Those who may watch or listen in the future, you have my thanks as well. All of you, when you do that, it means more to me than you ever know, because you take your time and you can't get back time. So you're giving me something that is precious and priceless to you. And I appreciate that. Always. Be blessed.